the head.
No, it's not there. No, it didn't.
He said he was shot in the head. Would you not die?
Okay, let's try this.
Instantly being shot in the head. No.
What?
Let's try.
It did.
I'm just kidding.
Right.
So
Okay, are we ready? You have a handout on this, don't take notes yet, alright? So, my favorite thing, so I have a little girl to make sure this is favorite. So let's try and anticipatory. Guys, you agree or disagree with the following statements, that's how I usually start. I would say 90% of mine are agree or disagree, but I gave you true just to see what that looks like. Okay. Be ready to defend your answer. That's fun. That's when they yell. And this would be a perfect one, the one about the legislature. I'd love to hear that defense. We could have, you know, Rachel say, now wait a second, or Katie say, wait, and then someone, well, yeah, but and you have a wonderful discussion. So, defend your answer. This is what it looks like. It's a strategy that is used before reading to activate students' prior knowledge and build curiosity. It is also used after reading, even though it's before. It's considered before. And before reading a selection, students respond to several statements that challenge or support their preconceived ideas about key concepts in the text. Okay, also, Beth.
Using this strategy arouses students' curiosity or interest in a topic and sets a purpose for reading. Anticipation guides can be revisited after reading to evaluate how well students understood the material and to correct any misconceptions.
Okay, there are three different types. Strongly disagree to strongly agree or agree disagree. True or false, which you have, and you're going to see the others. You'll see other types. Likely, unlikely, certain. And your prediction versus what you find out at the end. So it's going to be some that say, so it's really four, it says different types. Okay. All right, benefits. Let's hear the benefits, please. David, can you see that?
Yeah, anticipation guides stimulate students' interest in the topic and set a purpose for reading.
Pretty good, right?
They teach students to make predictions, anticipate the text, and verify their predictions. They connect new information to prior knowledge and build curiosity about a new topic.
Okay, here's one for social studies on kudzu. How many people know what that is?
You know what it is?
Is it a game?
Yeah.
Nobody knows what it is but me. I guess I'm the only one who ever lived in the South. Kudzu is this terrible thing they brought over. It's an invasive plant and it covers everything. If you have kudzu, this whole thing would be all kudzu over it. I should show you pictures. Go online sometime and look at pictures of kudzu. It's in the South. They hate it. They can't get rid of it. They burn it. They yell about it. Anyway, so yes, it can, look what it says, it can grow a foot a day. Okay. This is economics. I don't know how you liked economics, but here's economics. Notice, before agree, disagree, afterwards agree, disagree. This is the earth science, earth, sun, moon, statement, agree, disagree, not sure. See how you can make anything you want. Were you correct? Holes. How many people read holes? Okay. So it's very important for people my age to feel like they belong. Agree, disagree, comment. Okay? Do you want to see the teacher and second grade teaching this? Do you want to see it, Kendra?
Sure. I don't know.
Some people want to see it.
Just react.
We'll see it. You know, we're into this stuff, right? All right, let's see. This is here she is. Okay, sweet baby.
Sorry.
I'm not listening to this, promise.
An anticipation guide's a pre-reading strategy that can be used across grade levels and across content areas. Anticipation guides pique students' interest in what they're about to read and also sets up a purpose for their reading. It can be used with an individual child, in small groups, or by the whole class. They work by asking the students to respond to specific statements that the teacher's chosen ahead of time. Teachers design statements to activate students' prior knowledge and have the students make predictions about what they're going to read. We're about to watch Kathy Doyle use an anticipation guide with her second graders with an Eve Bunting book called Jin Woo.
Good morning. I want to share a story with you today called Jin Woo. And I think you're going to love this story. And I'm also going to share a strategy with you called the anticipation guide. To anticipate something is you're waiting for something and you don't know what's going to happen yet. And what's great about this strategy, what I'm about to let you try, is I think it will get you super excited to hear this story. So we're going to jump in. First sentence in the box says, look at the picture on the front cover. The boy in this story is very happy about this newborn baby. So if I were filling this out, I would look at the picture on the front cover and decide, do I think that's true or not true? Do I agree with that? Let me read it again. The boy in this story is very happy about this newborn baby. Well, I'm looking at some of the clues that I see. He's smiling. He looks calm. His shoulders are down. The baby's looking at him. I'm going to check, yes, I agree. So remember, when you're filling out the anticipation guide, there's not a right or wrong answer. What matters is that you think about what you know and you check whether you agree or whether you disagree. I'm going to read the next one and I'm going to ask you to agree or disagree, and you're going to put the check on your own. When a story is about a new baby coming home to his family, the setting will be an airport. So we definitely need to know what setting is. Does anyone know what setting is? Deja?
It's where something took place at.
Where the story takes place. So let's read it again. When a story is about a new baby coming home to his family, the setting will be an airport. So if you agree, check yes, I agree. And if you disagree, say no, I disagree.
Take the time to read each of the statements on the anticipation guide and ask students if they agree or disagree. It's also important to give them opportunities for discussion.
Go to the one that says tiny babies can send messages to their older brothers or sisters. How about Isaac?
I thought about that one because babies can communicate to their brothers or their big brother or sister by crying, because when they cry, they like send like, I want that thing.
So did you mark yes, I agree, or no, I disagree?
I put yes.
Because you think that's a great point, because you're thinking about the messages that are being sent are really happening from babies through crying, right? So now is the best part. We are going to get a chance to jump into this book, and I want you to leave that anticipation guide at your table, and I want to gather you near, and I'd like you to come closer to me on the floor so you can enjoy this story.
After walking through the anticipation guide with the students, it's time to read the story. The book can be read independently, but Kathy chooses to read it to the whole class.
The story is called Jin Woo, and it's by Eve Bunting. It's illustrated by Chris Soint-Peak.
If reading the book to the whole class, read slowly and stop at points in the text that relate to the statements from the anticipation guide.
They're already dressed. I put on my clothes as slowly as I can. Hurry, sweetheart, Mom calls. Do you need help? No, I mutter. I'm going to ask you a question. You can look at the picture for clues. Where are they? Deja?
They're at the airport because like on the guide they say when they're at the airport they were waiting for the baby.
So the anticipation guide said, when a story is about a new baby coming home to his family, the setting will be an airport. Is the setting always an airport? Why not? Maya?
Because usually when people are getting a baby, it comes out of their tummy.
And the setting might be what in that case?
In the hospital.
In the hospital. Okay, so not always, but sometimes. Let's keep reading. I don't think that's the right one, I say, hoping. Maybe they'll send him back.
An anticipation guide is mainly a pre-reading strategy. Here, you'll see Kathy incorporate other reading strategies like turn and talk that she has her students use when they're sharing a book.
My stomach hurts. How do you think the boy's feeling about the baby, Deja?
I'm not happy about this, and I do not want a baby in this house. Because how he was talking and how he was thinking.
I'm going to ask you in a minute to turn and talk to someone, but I have a question for you and I want you to think about it first. is this boy ever going to change his mind about this baby? Think about it first. Put your thumb up when you feel like you have an answer. And why do you
This
think
boy
that?
doesn't look like he's even involved.
Okay, I want you to turn and talk to somebody else about that.
Incorporating discussion into the reading engages students and encourages independent thinking.
He's gonna change his mind when at the end or in the middle. Yeah, the top of the picture of the book cover has a picture of the little boy smiling, holding the baby, and that kind of makes me feel like he's gonna start to like it once he gets used to
Give students the chance to share their ideas with the whole class.
Does anyone want to share what they talked about with their partner and share some of your thinking? Maya?
Me and Virginia agreed that he would change his mind because we saw on the front cover that he's holding the baby and he's smiling, and that's why we think in the middle or in the end he's gonna change his mind.
So you're using picture clues to help your thinking along, right? You're using some of the clues.
Once the story is over, review the statements on the anticipation guide with the class and discuss any important themes.
So remember that we started with this anticipation guide and we had some idea about what the story was going to be about, but there definitely were some things that changed along the way, didn't they, with our thinking? And that happens with stories, especially when we have the ideas of our friends with us, right? Along the way, when we talk about what books with our friends. Kanisha?
I wanted to tell you that he really did get really into the baby and liking the baby.
He did, he came around and he changed, and characters often do change in stories.
When using an anticipation guide, I'd encourage teachers to think very carefully about the statements that they put on. You want to choose ones that will give the students and you something to talk about as you're working your way through your book. Anticipation guides are a great strategy. Use them before you read, but I think you'll find yourself referring back to them during your reading and after your reading too.
Did anyone else want to talk about that one?
What do you think? All right, talk to your partner about this teacher and how she had a question that basically the one about the airport that turned out everybody probably said false and yet it was true.
That was like super negative. I don't want to have something. I just felt like she was like, yeah. She was like, well, Jay, I think it was teaching teaching anything and we're going to do
Okay,
I don't know.
3,
I don't know if it's
2,
real, but
1.
they'd check out.
Okay, Allie, I threw one in that we could have discussed, right? Do you think it's a good idea to have one like that? What do you think? You don't have to, but what do you think?
I like it because it creates more discussion, and I think it just makes it a little bit more enjoyable to the students.
So, even though I said there would be two false and all the rest true, really I shouldn't have given you that clue, but I think it's nice to have one that people like to argue about. And I don't think I did it deliberately, but I'm glad it was there. Guess what? You're gonna have to do it for homework. We're not gonna have an article or a video. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I feel about that. How do you feel about that? Not so great. Okay, here. Okay. And Rachel, if you would pass out our articles. Sure.
Oh no, you're right. You're right.
Sure. Is that enough for everybody? Okay.
No, I didn't change it.
We try to get all kinds of
Yeah, it's in the ancestry. Just say, create an ancestry.
That's what I was gonna quick about. I just made them because that's what it had.
Okay, so everybody, don't look at your articles yet. Go to your handout and on anticipatory guides.
Thank you.
So the first page is how to write, how to do it, okay? The first page is how to do it, and I don't know that you have my advice, which is to have more true than false, but that's how I would do it. And then the second page is, look at that. What's on the second page, Jen?
This done?
The anticipatory guide about what?
The benefits?
No, that's the first page, this is the second one.
Oh.
Ghosts. I gave you an
Ghosts, yeah.
anticipation guide about ghosts. Is this a true, false? No, it's an agree, disagree, right? People who live in poor neighborhoods sometimes look shabby. Under no circumstance should you ever steal something. We need a killer instinct to be good at any sport. We treat people funny who look different from us. Do you think these would work okay if you were teaching those?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next page. Look at the next page. Why chicken means so much to me. Agree, disagree. Poverty only teaches you how to be poor. A best friend is more important than family. Food tastes better if you have not had it for a long time. How'd I do on that one? I wrote all of these, so you have to, you can say, these are terrible. Okay, next one. What do you know about the dams on the Columbia? Okay, so this is a true and false. The water from Grand Coulee Dam falls to the river below in a stream measuring twice as high as Niagara. Anybody know? Oh, yeah, you want the article, I have it. Okay, I wrote this for the state of Washington, because they were doing this article and they said, we need a way to start it, and I wrote this one. It's really interesting, look at number 6. In 1941, the BPA hired folk singer Woody Guthrie to compose songs. I think that's true or false? False. It's true.
Really?
It's true, yeah.
I'm surprised you went.
It's true. How about 8? There are approximately 18 dams on the Columbia.
Sure.
No, it's a lot more than that.
Oh.
It's a lot more than that. So that's my false. That's one of my false. I think I have a second one. Oh, number 4. The Bonneville Dam was completed before the Grand Coulee. Grand Coulee was first. So those are my false. All the rest are true. And again, you get interested, if you want, you can have the article. It's quite an interesting article about the Columbia River and the dams on the Columbia River. It was for 10th grade. It was for 10th grade. So what do you think of this? In the back, you have a template. Now, do you want me to have a template only on Blackboard since you're going to have to write one? Or you want to just take this, or what do you think?
Template.
How many wants a template? Did I leave you a template? Yes, I did. I'll get you an order. Okay, now let's look at your article. So, here's your homework right here. It says pick a grade level. You know I always make you do this. 4 to 8. Okay? And the following, you can pick one of the following articles and write an anticipatory guide for one of the articles. You can have 5 to 10. True, false, okay? So if you want to make it short, you can, especially if you're in 4th grade. So the first one is a chew, and it's for grade 4. The second one is for grade 5 and 6. The next one is for Rachel. Why is that so? No magic wand, J.K. Rowling. Maybe, who's that? I'm sorry, it's Alexis. She'll tell you why. Tell us why.
What?
Tell us why you like that. You'll probably do that one.
Because of Marcy, I am reading the 3rd Harry Potter book, and I've started since like midterms, and I hate reading, so I'm pretty proud of myself.
So this is J.D. Yes, let's have some more fun. And then the last one, what's the last one? Dino. So you pick one. Do you have to read all 4? No. Yes, you do. How many people think you do? No, you only have to read one. You can read all 4. All 4 are really good articles that you could use as a teacher. So I would keep. You're going to get from me a list of all where you get fabulous articles. But I will tell you in advance, Newsla is the best. N-E-W-S-L-A. It has the best articles in the world. Okay, and so, which one came from Newsla? I think 2 of them did. Okay, questions about this homework? Anybody have any questions about homework? Okay, we're gonna read then for 15 minutes, but before we do, I'm gonna sit to help Rachel. You guys are not listening to my book talks and taking my books anymore. So, I brought 3 in, and I'm gonna tell you they're phenomenal, and they're not on your book list, aha. So I'm gonna pass them around the room, and if you decide you want one, I think Rachel's gonna take one, but if you want one, you make sure you see that. This, how many people know anybody who's Chinese? This is about a Chinese girl who turned, it's a wonderful book. It's about how she's the person in front of a hotel. She checks you in, checks you out. It's really, really good. You find out all about how it is to have survived